Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley won the WWE Undisputed Women's Championship at WrestleMania against Jade Cargill. And she has been out for about a month and a half with a newly disclosed knee injury. We knew she was injured, we just didn't know exactly what. So on the Power Slap broadcast about a week or so ago, she disclosed to in the interview that she has a meniscus tear and that she had been out about 5 weeks, and the recovery is going slow because it's in a very, very, very odd place, and that she doesn't know exactly how long she's going to be out, but she is still working toward coming back. Unfortunately, she will not be back by SummerSlam. So, what does WWE do? What does WWE do? I tell you what they did. They did something unprecedented in their entire history. Maybe, just maybe, I'm mistaken, but has WWE ever had an interim champion for any title? Think about it. Any title? I mean, how many people have gotten injured and got stripped of the title? And I know, listen, I'm not even going to talk about the 30-day rule because the 30-day rule hasn't been in effect in forever because they like to stretch things out. Liv Morgan won her championship at WrestleMania and has yet to defend said championship. And I'm not talking about house shows because house shows don't count. I'm talking about to the everyday fan, the person that spends money to watch Raw on Netflix, the person that wastes their Friday nights to watch Friday Night SmackDown, the people that watch Saturday Night Main Event, the people that waste their money and buy ESPN and watch their PLEs. When has she defended her championship? I'll tell you when. She hasn't. I mean, Stephanie Vaquer, the prior champion, only defended it a handful of times, but at least she defended it. But we'll get to Liv Morgan in a very few minutes. So, because Rhea Ripley, I guess they was holding out hope against hope that she was going to be able to muster up enough strength to defend the championship at SummerSlam. Instead of stripping her of the title, they said, you know what, Rhea, take your time. Take your time, relax, recuperate, and keep the championship. And while you're recuperating and rehabilitating your knee, we are going to have a five-woman ladder match for the interim WWE Undisputed Women's Championship. So let me get this straight. Not only are you having an interim championship because for some reason she's different. She doesn't get stripped for her title. She can just sit home and recuperate and don't have to worry about having to climb herself back up the ladder. Not only are you going to let her keep her title, but the people that are fighting for this fraudulent title have to literally put their bodies on the line in a ladder match for a title that's in paper only, really. Because you're not the real champion. You're just a champion until the champion gets healthy enough to come back and reclaim her championship. Make this make sense. Not only that, what else do you do? What else do you do? I'll tell you what else you do. And I probably don't have it. So you have Jade Cargill gain a spot in said ladder match by defeating. Who did she defeat? Nia Jax? Yeah, by defeating Nia Jax via disqualification. And then you have the United States champion. Yes, I said it. The United States champion, women's champion, Tiffany Stratton, in the match. What's the point of having a secondary women's championship if you don't try to lend any prestige to the championship? Remember, there was a time, a very short time, that we had a unified championship for the men's, and pretty much they would go from show to show because they were unified, because they were together. And or how about this? Remember when Brock Lesnar was the Universal Champion, but he never showed up. He never defended his title. So what took the place of on the flagship show? What became the premier title in the absence of Brock Lesnar, and more importantly, the Universal Championship, the Intercontinental Championship? And who had the Intercontinental Championship? Seth Rollins. He became Monday Night Rollins, right? Why? Because he defended that championship. He made that championship worth its weight in gold. You know who else made that championship worth its weight in gold? Gunther. Why? Because he had the championship for almost 2 years. And he defended it on a regular basis. So therefore, when you beat Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship, you were beating him for a pristine championship. Now, has it fell back down to the depths? Perhaps. So why could you not say, you know what? Okay, fine. Rhea, if you didn't want to strip her, fine. But to kind of take focus on the fact that Rhea Ripley is injured and the championship is not in play, elevate the United States Championship. But no, you actually have the United States champion fighting for an interim championship. So, like, I have this, but you know what? I want the fake championship, because the United States Championship just isn't worth as much as the fake championship is. Make it make sense. But also, between Rhea Ripley being hurt and not defending her championship, we have Liv Morgan